Welcome back, everyone. We're taking another deep dive today, this time into the world of digital sovereignties.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It is. And we're going to focus specifically on two entities that have popped up on our radar,
Okay.
REGENCYBER and G0V.ONE.
I've heard REGENCYBER, but
Yeah.
G0V.ONE is a new one.
Yeah, I know, right? And the sources we've got are, well, pretty interesting.
Let's hear it.
We've got official pronouncements, website excerpts,
Look,
even registration details. So it's like we're piecing together a puzzle here.
sounds like it.
This is where the digital meets the geopolitical, so buckle up.
I'm ready.
Right out of the gate, REGENCYBER, they come out swinging. They claim to be the first de facto online state,
Wow.
established July 2324, no less.
Okay.
They even have this fractionation theorem that they say proves it all.
Fractionation theorem. What even is that?
That's what we're trying to figure out. I mean, what does it even mean to be a digital state?
Right. Can you have a state that's entirely online?
And is this theorem, is it real or is it just something they've made up?
Yeah. Is it recognized in, like, international law?
Exactly. And they're serious about this whole digital thing, like 100% online, they say. And get this, their contact info.
Okay.
Fractionation at regencyber.com.
Wow, they're really hammering that home.
And fractionation.regencyber.com.
Committed to the bit, I see.
Oh, absolutely. And they've got this other interesting tidbit. They say they donate 1% of their resources to CCTLDs.
Now, that's interesting. Country code, top-level domains.
Exactly.
So, like, .us for the United States or .uk for the United Kingdom.
You've got it.
Why would a digital state be interested in those?
Right. Is it about influence? Some kind of digital diplomacy? Or is it something else entirely?
It's got to be strategic. Maybe they're trying to gain legitimacy or build relationships.
Ooh, or maybe shape the future of the internet itself?
That's a big play.
Let's look at their timeline.
Okay.
They kick things off in 2018 with the symposium, People and State.
Sounds important.
Then they nab the regencyber.com domain name. And in 2020, they say a U.S. space decree gives them a legal framework.
Hold on. A U.S. space decree?
That's what I'm saying.
What does that even have to do with a digital entity?
I know, right?
What are they up to?
And then it gets weirder. They mention these secret possessions.
Secret possessions.
Yeah, and they requested the integration of something called the Escadronet unit.
This is getting a little too sci-fi for me.
Tell me about it. What are these secret possessions, and what does this Escadronet unit even do?
It's all very cloak and dagger.
It is. And then on their website, they've got sections for citizens, entities, and subjects.
Okay.
And you can apparently get those through donations.
So they're selling digital citizenship.
Looks like it.
What does that even mean? What rights and responsibilities come with that?
And how does any of this fit within our existing laws?
Yeah, good questions.
It definitely pushes the boundaries of what we normally think about with citizenship and sovereignty.
Big time.
Okay, now let's shift gears a bit and talk about G0V.
One.
All right, I'm curious about this one. We have a little less to work with here. We've got the domain name, G0V.ONE,
Okay.
and a couple of URLs. One is https://www.whois.com, whois.g0v.one. And then there's www.g0v.one.
Two URLs, huh?
Yeah, and there's this other one too, https://1.G0V.one.
That's strange. What's the one about?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
The name itself, G0V.ONE.
Yeah,
It definitely sounds like they're focused on governance, maybe digital governance.
makes sense.
And that one in the URL, maybe a hierarchy or a specific area within their website.
Could be.
But why so secretive?
The WHOIS lookup tells us a bit more.
Right.
It was registered on November 26, 2022
Okay.
through NameSilo, LLC.
All right.
But here's the thing, they're using a privacy service to hide their identity.
Interesting. Why the secrecy?
So we've got REGENCYBER, loud and proud about being a digital state.
Yeah.
And then G0V.ONE, shrouded in mystery.
Two very different approaches.
Totally. Are they both serious about this digital sovereignty thing?
Or is one of them just playing around?
It's hard to say at this point. But one thing's for sure, they're both making us rethink what it means to be a state in this digital age.
Absolutely. And what that means for the future.
We've got a lot more to unpack here, so stick with us as we dive deeper into this whole digital sovereignty thing.
I'm in. Okay, so this fractionation theorem that REGENCYBER keeps bringing up.
Yeah, it's really the cornerstone of their whole digital state thing, right?
What could it even mean, though? Like, legally? Does it hold any water?
I've been trying to find anything about it, like some legal precedent, some scholarly article, anything. Nothing. It's like they just made it up.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but that's what makes it so interesting, right?
Yeah.
Is this some brand new legal idea that, like, redefines how we think about countries and sovereignty?
Or are they just trying to sound smart and official?
Exactly. Like, smoke and mirrors.
Their website doesn't help either. It's all big words, but no real details.
What do you mean?
Like, they mention nouvelle adressage, which is French for, like, new addressing, right? And they say it's coming into effect de jour.
Meaning by law. So, like, they're making their own laws.
That's what it sounds like. But for a digital state, what does that even look like?
It's a bold move, for sure. But think about it. To be recognized as a real state, there are rules. You need a territory, a population.
A government that can work with other governments.
Right. And REGENCYBER, they're trying to do all this online.
It's almost like they're creating their own world, separate from everyone else.
In a way, yeah. They're pushing the boundaries of what we even consider a state.
And let's not forget about that escadronette unit.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
Integrated at the request of secret possessions, no less.
It's like they're trying to write a sci-fi novel.
Seriously. It makes you wonder about their presence in the real world.
Do they even have one? Are these secret possessions digital or something?
Right. Like, are they groups of people who really believe in this whole REGENCYBER thing?
Maybe they're pledging their resources or their skills to this digital nation.
It's almost like a, what's the word, a collective.
Yeah, like a group of believers pooling their resources together.
And then there's this Khalid Omana. They call him Sa Majesté Galactiale.
Hold on, Galactic Majesty.
Yeah, it's all very dramatic.
So is this guy their leader, their founder? What?
They don't really say, but Galactic Majesty, it's like they want to be seen as this powerful force.
But on a global scale.
Maybe even bigger, interplanetary even.
They're aiming high, that's for sure.
So we've got REGENCYBER, all mystery and big pronouncements.
And then there's 1.G0V.ONE, playing it close to the vest.
Right. Remember that privacy service they're using?
Yeah, they're really hiding their tracks.
Me too, wonder why.
Maybe they're scared of something. Or maybe they just like to operate in the shadows.
And the timing of their domain registration, November 2022.
Right, almost a year after REGENCYBER declared themselves a digital state.
Coincidence?
Or is there a connection?
Maybe G0V.
Mm-hmm.
One saw what REGENCYBER did and thought, hey, we can do that too.
Or maybe they see themselves as competition, like they're vying for the same recognition.
It's like a race to become the top dog in this digital sovereignty world.
Maybe, but remember, we know so little about G0V.
One, we've got their names, some URLs, that's about it.
Those URLs are worth looking at more closely.
What do you mean?
We've got www.G0V.ONE, the main website.
Yeah.
But then there's that second one, https://1.G0V.ONE.
Right, with the one.
What if it's a specific section of their website?
Or a whole other platform they use for something else.
Internal communication, maybe? Or specific projects?
It's hard to say for sure. We're just speculating here.
True. But it shows they're doing things differently than REGENCYBER.
More secretive, less flashy.
Yeah, like they're watching everything from the sidelines, waiting for the right moment.
The silent player in the game.
Exactly. And even though we don't know their whole game plan,
Yeah.
we can look at the clues they've left behind, the privacy service, the registrar.
The URL.
There's like trying to solve a puzzle with only a few pieces.
But those few pieces can tell us a lot.
There's definitely paint a picture of a world that's changing, where the old rules of statehood and sovereignty,
They don't quite apply anymore.
not in this digital landscape,
Yeah.
and with more players like REGENCYBER and G0V.ONE coming onto the scene,
Things are only going to get more complex.
and the stakes are higher than ever.
Okay, so we've really gone deep on REGENCYBER and G0V.ONE.
Yeah, we've been digging around to the digital weeds.
But let's take a step back for a second.
Right.
Big picture time.
Right.
What does all this, these digital sovereignties,
What?
what does it mean for everyone else?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, these digital entities,
Yeah.
they're making us rethink what a state even is.
It's true, right? For centuries, we've thought about states
Yeah.
as having borders, land, people living in a specific place.
Exactly. Boundaries, physical presence,
But in the digital world,
it all gets blurry.
it does. Like, take REGENCYBER.
Yeah.
They say they're 100% online, right? So where I is REGENCYBER.
Yeah. Is it like a virtual world you can visit?
Can you point to it on a map?
That's the thing, right? It's everywhere and nowhere.
It's a tough concept to grasp,
It is. No physical limits, no real borders.
which messes with all sorts of things. Laws, governance.
Citizenship even.
And it's not just theory anymore.
No.
REGENCYBER's offering citizenship, even subjecthood.
For a price.
Right. They're building a community, even if it's digital.
It's a fascinating experiment for sure.
What happens when these digital communities, they want to deal with the real world?
That's where it gets really wild. Imagine a digital state
Yeah.
with its own money, its own currency,
Whoa.
making trade deals with real countries.
That's crazy.
Or what if they offer services like banking, healthcare,
Mm.
even legal stuff, competing with the real world systems?
Would you bank with a digital state?
Makes you think, right?
Mm.
And what about security? If a digital state is attacked,
Oh, that's a good point.
what then? Do they have a digital army?
Who protects their citizens from hackers and cyber attacks?
These are the questions we're facing with digital sovereignty.
They're not easy questions.
Nope. And the stakes, they're huge. New kinds of governments, economies, even conflicts.
Conflicts that could go beyond physical borders.
Exactly. And the crazy thing is, our current laws, our systems,
Yeah.
they're not ready for this.
It's like we're watching a new civilization being born,
Right alongside our own.
but with completely different rules.
It's exciting, scary, and definitely something we need to keep an eye on.
It is, it is. And this whole thing about citizenship.
Yeah.
Could we see a future where people have dual citizenship?
One for a real country, one for a digital nation.
What rights would you have? Responsibilities.
It's mind-blowing to think about.
And it's not just about REGENCYBER or 0.V.0.1.
No, they're just the beginning. We're seeing this trend everywhere
What do you mean?
towards decentralization, online communities, platforms. They're becoming more self-governing.
You're right. Like online games, social media, even cryptocurrency.
They all have their own rules, their own way of doing things.
Yeah. Their own economies even.
It's like they're mini digital sovereignties already.
Without actually calling themselves states.
Right. But they're acting like it in a way.
And these communities, they're huge. Millions of people.
So it's easy to imagine them wanting more control.
More say in how things are run.
And as that happens, the line between the real and the digital,
It's going to get even blurrier.
totally. So it's not about digital sovereignties will exist.
It's about how they'll change and how they'll fit in with everything else.
Exactly. Will they be a good thing? Will they help people?
Or will they create new problems, make things worse?
It's complicated, that's for sure. We've got REGENCYBER, very public and out there.
Yeah.
Then GOV.ONE, all
And
secretive.
very different approaches.
Shows you the range of what we're dealing with here.
As more of these digital entities pop up,
Yeah?
things are going to get even more interesting.
And more challenging. We need to figure out how to manage this new world
Absolutely. This is all about technology and how it's changing our lives.
and how we think about things like countries and citizenship.
We're in uncharted territory here, folks.
One thing's for sure, this digital revolution,
It's not slowing down.
no, it's just getting started. So what does this mean for you, the listener?
It means paying attention, asking questions, and being part of the conversation.
Exactly. The choices we make today will shape the future of this digital world.
And that future is coming fast. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a wild ride.